The cool thing about stands is that the user isn't just limited to humans. When we get an animal, we naturally can't rely on their personality to carry the fight, but they still have their own traits that they can bring to it. One such example is the rat fight of part 4. The previous animal stand to this one was Pet Shop, and that was no joke. Falcons are more or less at the top of the food chain, and it had a simple but devastating stand. Rats on the other hand are scavengers, and as a result like to stay hidden. Because of this, a decent chunk of the episode is Josuke and Jotaro just trying to hunt down the animal, and it's nice to see these two together. They are rarely on their own, so we don't get to see that many interactions with just them. As they're the only characters in the entire episode, we get a lot of time to see how their personality bounces off of each other. Jotaro's is calm and reserved as always, and his mentor-style role really shines in this arc as he teaches Josuke about hunting, a skill he learned presumably thanks to his biology job. Josuke is as hot-headed and loud as ever, and it's nice to see how different the two Joestars are. He's quite nervous around Jotaro, which makes sense because of his introverted personality, which may come across as intimidating, but he's also very respectful of him. He recognizes his experience with stand users and doesn't want to let him down when given the task of fighting the rat while Jotaro is used as bait, so it's nice to see the trust between the two strengthened by the end. As going hunting might seem like a father-son bonding experience, despite the odds being significantly higher here, it still has the same effect with uncle and nephew. It's awesome to see the amount of trust Jotaro puts into Josuke, as make no mistake, if he missed the shot on the rat, Jotaro would have died. That stand ability is essentially a one-shot, one-kill style deal, and it's pretty damn overpowered. I dare say the ability represents the rat's willpower to just survive through its infinitely harsher environment than what humans go through, which is another reason why I think you can't just write off animals as being too stupid to use their stands, especially after seeing Stray Cat almost kill Kira. While a rat may not seem too threatening at first, as we see the remains of its opponents, it becomes clear that whatever kind of ability it has is deadly. The way it kills its enemies too is absolutely disgusting. Even with the anime censors, it doesn't make the melted flesh of the elderly that Josuke finds any less horrifying, and we realise that with a stand ability, this skittish animal has the potential to be far worse than any human. I just found it really cool that an animal which may seem as simplistic as a rat is able to beat Jotaro in a way using its natural instincts. Whether it's the dynamic between Jotaro and Josuke, or Igi and Kira's point of view in their fights, Araki always knows what to do to make it work by giving us a fresh experience. To talk about the anime for a minute, something surprising about the episode is just how awesome the art was. I'd argue that it was the consistently nicest looking episode of the entire show, and it really stood out at the end when the episode shifted to the evening. There was a really nice use of shading, partly thanks to how detailed the key animator, Naruhito Sekikawa, draws clothing, and I really hope we see more of his work in the future. The character's facial features were also really well conveyed, allowing us to see a lot of emotion from Josuke specifically. He has a couple pretty funny moments in this episode, so it was nice to see them portrayed to the best of the show's ability. It's kind of surprising how much effort was seemingly put into this episode, but I can't complain as it really made this fight shine. While I'm talking about the rat fight specifically, this arc serves as a perfect example of all that Araki does well with more unconventional fights with animals, and I can't wait to see what wacky ideas for stand users he comes up with in the future.